In this tutorial, I will share with you exactly a strategy which you can use to make amazing wins, both for corner kicks and goal probability, which you can use it at your advantage to make wins. And I will share with you all the step-by-step procedure you can use to maximize wins. And before we proceed, I would like to make a quick announcement to let you know that we have been producing accumulator games slips to our members, which they are using it as a baseline slip to make their own win from the slips we provide to them, using it as a baseline slip which they are using to maximize win, where we provide a total of 5+ accumulators, 10+ accumulator games, and as well as over 15 to 30 odd accumulator events, which we provide to them as a baseline slip, taking advantage of it to maximize wins. And if you're interested and wanted to join, then you want to join membership to have access to these features to take your win to the next level. So that being said, let's look at the exact strategy we are talking about, which you can use to make wins both for corner kicks or goal probability. But before we proceed, I have a slip I would like to share with you. Let's first of all look at the slip before looking at this tutorial. Let's proceed. If you take a look at this bet slip, you are going to see that it is a paid out slip, and we had a mixture of games here for goals and corner kicks. The first game here is in the Estonia S Liga B, where we looked at 2.5 goal Madu against Pet. It ended, that is 3 goals, odd was 1.17. In the next, we looked at Poland in the Ekstraklasa, where we looked at Legia Warszawa, the away to have at least 4 corners. It ended as 9 corner kick, giving us an odd of 1.27. In the next, we looked at Norway in the Elite Siren, where we looked at the home team to have at least 5 corner kicks, odd was 1.40. That is 39, a round-up value of 1.40. And in the next, we looked at Sweden in the Aveskan, Hammarby against Geas. We looked at Hammarby, the home, to have at least 5 corners. It ended up with 7 corner kicks, or was 1.39. On this slip, we actually had a total of 3 odds on this slip, 4 games and 3 odds. And the rules on this particular event was not looking more than 5 games in each per single slip, and at least 3 to 5 odds as maximum number of odds per slip. And we had amazing and excellent win. I will share with you exactly the strategy which we use to make these picks on this list, which you can also use the same to make picks and include in your slip to maximize wins. So let's proceed. But first, before we proceed, I would like you to watch one particular video tutorial, which of course will guide you on the rule of finding games to include it in your slip. Let me share with you that strategy which you need to watch before we proceed to the tutorial. What you want to do as the first step is to come here to the front page of our channel here and locate this area that says the video tab. Click on the video tab and scroll across it to locate this tutorial which we want to share with you. The tutorial we are talking about is this particular one here that says 4 secret betting tips to make amazing winning. In this tutorial, we have explained some of the features and tips you need to take at hand for you to avoid making some specific mistakes that make you not to have the result you want. We have analyzed and looked at some of the features and reason why you don't meet your specific need, and we will direct you on how to avoid those mistakes to make consistent win. It is in this video tutorial. It is just a 33-minute long video tutorial. You want to watch it to the end to understand some of the features and what are some of the rules you must follow to make consistent wins. I will put the link also of this video tutorial below this video so that you can directly go ahead to watch it directly from the link below this video. So that being said, let's now look at the strategy which you can use to make amazing win. But before you follow this strategy, the first step is to first of all make sure you go ahead to see how you can subscribe to this channel. Because once you subscribe, you're going to have access to what we term as our sure hand pick event, which you can see here. We always release our sure picks. These sure pick events are very amazing we always register excellent win rate percent, where we shared some sure hand pick event and games to you for free, consisting of corner kick event and whereas goal probability game picks. You want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel and enable the notification bell icon so that anytime when we release our sure hand pick event, you want to make sure to see the games we have to share with you. It is very, very necessary for you to be following our sure games. And as well as at the same time, our upcoming games, which we always release to everyone to have advantage of some of the event we have, which you can take advantage of it. That being said, let's look at exactly how you can follow the steps to make amazing wins as we have shared inside of the slip we have. Let's proceed. Now, that being said, the first step you want to take is to follow this procedure. Let's proceed. What you want to do as the first step is to come here to the front page of our channel, locate this area that says video. On this video tab, you will see that we provide game predictions regularly on a daily basis, which we provide to everyone for free. There is a particular event we have here that says Sure Match Prediction event, which of course consists of the best handpicked games in terms of short games we have, which we always share to everyone. You take advantage of it, and once you watch the short pick we have for you, then it is now to move to the next step. We update this on a regular basis, and you can see another one here, Sure Handpick event. You can see another one here, Sure Handpick event. You can see another Sure Handpick event, and we always provide these short picks to everyone for free. At the same time, we also provide some game predictions on a regular basis, which consist of about 7 games, 8 games, and 10 games. You can see Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday is a regular base, which will always keep providing this event to everyone. Now, the strategy here is to make sure to go ahead to watch the handpicked event, which we have both for short events and also games that will run generally. And now, once you locate these and watch and see the games we have had as our short pick and as well as the game we have shared, it is now time to move to the next step. Now, if you play and now move to the next step, what you are going to see is we are going to be highlighting some of the games, especially for the short picks. You want to take advantage of it. Now, once that has been done, what you want to do now is to move to the next step to use an app called Flashscore. So now the strategy here is to look at 2 particular things. Number 1 is to make sure that you look at the games which we share to everyone as our short pick of the day. This short pick event, if you have been following us, you will notice that they are always 100% win rate and 95% win rate. If we give you games in terms of short picks, which of course the win rate percentage arises right to 100% most of the time, which if we share 10 of these short pick, we have 9 out of 10 wins. It means that the win rate is very excellent. And if you follow the short pick, then you can use it as an advantage for yourself to see how you can make some picks from it to include in your slip. But most importantly is to look at the games which we shared as general games of everyone, which comprises of sometimes 7 games, 8 games, 9 games, and 10. And you can now use it as an advantage to follow the next step. In the next step, we are going to be using an app, especially since we are dealing with corner kicks and of course the corner kick strategy and goal strategy, because the ticket we shared comprises of goals, event, and corner kick. It is now to apply the next step for you to make the best games out of the picks to see how you can make the best wins. Now we are going to use one particular app which you can use to make some analysis to see how you can make consistent win. And we are going to be using an app called Flashscore. Let's look at exactly how to use it. Now, to demonstrate this strategy, I want to use one of the game we released based on our short pick event and as well as the game we shared to everyone. This particular event was given to everyone, and as well as it was one of the game based on short pick just yesterday, which we had, and it was amazing. We looked at 2 picks here. The first was 1.5 and 2.5 goals, which was amazing. You can see 7 against 1, 8 goals were scored, making 2.5 goal excellent. And even if you go for 3.5 goal, it was still amazing. The next pick here was corner kicks, where we looked at the fact that we are going to look at corner kick for the home team, where we look at the home to have 2 to 5 corners. If you look at, you're going to see that they had a total of 9 corner kicks, making it amazing. And at the same time, we look at 8.5 corners, and you can see that 10 corners were here, and all cases were very true. I'm using a straight example for you to understand this strategy. So what we want to do is, once we give you games in terms of our short pick, as you can see here on this list, or based on the games we released on the general games that comprises sometime of 7 games, 8 games, and 10 games, what you want to do is to use this app called Flashscore. You want to come to Flashscore or any analytic app and locate that particular game which we have given you. Now, once you locate that game, you want to highlight it by making sure that you use the highlight button by adding to your favorite. Once you highlight and add to your favorite, it will be very easy for you to follow the game directly. Now, the next step, as an example in terms of corner kicks, how do we know that corner kicks will result here? It is now the strategy we want to implement. You want to make sure to come to this area that says head-to-head and just click to the head-to-head area. Now, what you want to do is to make sure that in the head-to-head section, you want to go to an area that says the last head-to-head. You can see head-to-head of the two games. Whenever they meet, what happened? This is the first thing you need to look at to know if this event will be very great or not. Now, let's assume this one was just played just yesterday. We don't want to count this. But before we had this, there were two events which you can look at. The first was when Krevna played at away and against its opponent. 4 goals were scored. Followed by when they still meet here, 3 goals were scored. This already gives you an idea that goal probability is possible. Now, you can see that it has ended 7-1. That was the first step that gave us the idea that there will be goal probability. Now, in terms of corner kick, what we did is to come to this game, see the same game here, and try to open it to check what was the last result when the two met, which of the two teams had more corner kicks, and what was the end result of the corners. Now, what we did is to open on a new tab like this and check what was the analysis. And when we checked, what we realized is the fact that on this list, we had an area where we checked that in the stats, we came and saw that Krevna, Zvezda, the away, had a total of 5 in terms of corners, and the home scored 4, a total of 9. It gave us an idea that corner kick would be possible here, but we did not conclude it. And as you can see, based on the analytics which we have shared in the most recent head-to-head, which we just had based on that analysis, 10 corners were scored. Krevna have 9, the away had 1, a total of 10. That was one of the steps we followed. We still look at another analytic to make sure that we conclude it by moving to the next, which you can see here, and check again what was the result in terms of corner kicks when the two met. And what we did is, once we did that, we noticed that on the start, once we come to the start, we noticed that there was still a possibility of corners, 6 for the home, and 3, still making a total of 9. So we had an idea that based on the average check, corner kick would be possible. That's why we looked at 7.5 or 8.5 corners, and it was excellent. Now, in terms of goal probability, we saw that in the head-to-head which they had, goal probability in the head-to-head of the most recent 2 or most recent 3 events resulted to 2.5 goals. You can see 2.5 goals, 3 goals was possible, 3 goals possible, 3 goals possible. It gave us an idea of goal probability and as well as corner kicks, as we have seen. We did not end there. What we did is we now come here to the first step of this particular area and choose the team itself. For example, Krevna. We just hit on Krevna Zvezda at home and saw the most recent performances they had in the most recent event. Let's assume we want to choose the most recent 2 games or 3. Here, Krevna play against Paphos. We want to check the analytics by opening on a new tab. And once we did that, what happened is we wanted to check what happened in the head-to-head they just recently had. And once we checked, what we saw was the fact that in terms of the stat, we had here, in terms of the corner kick, we had the home having 13 corners to tell us that the probability of it to have corners was excellent. That is why in the most recent event that just occurred right now, we had Krevna to have 9 corners and its opponent as 1. So this is how we find it for it to have between 2 to 5 corners for Krevna Zvezda. We follow the same step by coming again to check another event they had. And this time when we open, we check, we notice that in this particular event, we still check and notice that Krevna was still having amazing result in terms of corners. And as you can see here, the corner kick here still showed that Krevna, in this time against its opponent, was able to score 3. We still move to the next and check against another opponent. And this time, we saw that when they played here, they had a total of corners, which was, let's check again, and you're going to see it was amazing in terms of corners. And this time, when we looked at the stat, we noticed that Krevna was having a total of 6. And when we find the average of the corner by Krevna, it gave us amazing result. And the average tells us that Krevna was good to have corner kicks. This was how we know for corner kick event. If you notice here, we follow 2 steps. First was looking at the most recent head-to-head between the two when the two teams met and check the corner kick occurrence. And when the result gave us that corner kicks for both of the two when they ever met have a total of at least over 8.5 and 9.5 corners, we saw that it was excellent for corners. The next was to check the probability of the home team for corner kicks. If they have amazing corner kick result, then it means that corner kick is excellent as well. We will also perform the same, checking at that of the opponent. So when we check that of the opponent, we also realize that the opponent is not very good in terms of scoring corners. That is why it prompts us to just go for the home to have corners between 2 to 5 corners, and that was excellent. And because the away team have corners also between 2 to 3 in each game play they had, we now make a combined effect of the home to have a combined with that of the away, at least 8.5 corners, and the result were excellent. It ended 9 against 1, a total of 10. And for goal probability, we perform the same by checking the average amount of goals scored by the home and that of the away, looking at the average and combine to know if they were going to be a goal or not. And when we did, we noticed that goal probability will be excellent based on the recent event played by the home, where they score excellently. And this tournament proved that the home, they will bring that form which they have in the Champions League they have mostly had, and the results were amazing in this particular event where we look at the probability of goals and it ended correctly. And that was just exactly how we know in terms of corner kick and goal probability. And before we go, you need to know that we also provide accumulator games in terms of the highest win rate you can use at your advantage. We do not share all the games in terms of corner kicks and goal probability to everyone, which to take it as an advantage to follow it and make in their sleep as one of the best in their list. We provide our favorite events and some of the best handpicked with excellent win rate in terms of accumulator odds 14, 15, 20, 10 plus, and more, which you can take advantage of it. I will share exactly with you what we mean. If you come here to the front page of our channel here and locate this area that says the home tab and click on the home, you will see that on the home tab here, we provide excellent handpicked results to our members only. And here we have level 2 pro top games in terms of games like top 6 events, top 14 games, top 10, top 15, top 8, and these are members only match prediction picks. These are games which we found and shared to members in terms of corner kicks, the mix of corner kicks, goal probability, and straight wins with amazing win rate percent. There are many games here. Sometimes we give 4.5 odd, 31 odd, 11 odd, 42 odd, 7.5 odd, and you can see it keep continuing 11.8 odd, 32 odd, 4.6 odd, 28 odd, 6.8 odd, and regularly we keep sharing top games 22 odd, 8.6 odd, and this is for members. If you want to save the stress to be checking all the analytics which we have just shared with you, what you want to do is to just go ahead to join membership, either level 2 pro or level 3 master, to start having access to all members match prediction picks, so that once we share the games to you based on our favorite like this, what you want to do is to just navigate and see what we have as the best pick for you. Then re-edit following the way we explain, as you can see here, re-edit games, re-edit and find your own 2 to 5 odd per slip to maximize your win. If you're interested and wanted to join, then you want to make sure to go ahead to join either level 2 pro or level 3 master to start having access to all of these features to take your win to the next height. Not only this, we also provide games, tutorials, which you can take advantage of it. Exactly how we find games to include in our sleep. Once you join membership, you have access to all of these features. At the same time, you come to the playlist section, you're going to have top-notch tutorial classes reserved for you as member only. For example, we have level 2 pro classes here. Once you come here, you want to click on the level 2 pro class, and once you do that, you can easily watch all level 2 tutorials. Let me try to come here and share with you what I mean. Once you click here, you see all level 2 pro tutorial classes which you can watch at the same time. These classes consist of excellent and amazing classes you can just start to watch and learn some strategy you have never seen before. These are all the strategy. We have top 6 tutorial classes, as you can see here, for you, which you can take advantage of it. Corner kick strategy when events are running live. Strategy, win strategy you have never seen before. Never seen strategy, how we find games to include in our sleep. Comeback strategy for you. Tactical straight win and 2.5 goal strategy, and a 99% win rate strategy for you. These are tutorials for level 2 pros. But if you join the level 3 master, then you want to come to level 3 master classes and also check all the classes tutorials we have for you. In this class tutorial, we have excellent and amazing tutorials for level 3 masters only. If you subscribe to this level as a member, you are going to have excellent corner kick strategy revealed, the top secret AI tool we use to find games to include in our sleep, game changer corner kick strategy you can use, 6 amazing AI tools you can use at your advantage. The home and away win match prediction strategy step by step. 2.5 goal strategy to beat the bookies and win even more. These are excellent tutorials reserved for members only of level 2 pro or level 3 master. And once you join membership, you enroll to all of these classes at the same time. You also have access to all of our handpicked events in terms of the best accumulator games based on odd, like 31 odd, 11 odd, 42 odd, 7 odd, which you can re-edit and use it at your advantage and start taking your win to the next level. Now, that being said, it is now time for you to join membership to benefit from all of these features. See you again from the inside and see the next upload tutorial. Bye-bye for now.